The Roll and Scone Bakery makes muffins and cupcakes. They can make no more than 35 muffins a day and 30 cupcakes a day. Muffin recipe requires 2 cups of sugar and 5 cups of flour, while the cupcake recipe requires 3 cups of sugar and 3 cups of flour. The bakery has no more than 120 cups of sugar and 210 cups of flour to use each day. And of course, because both muffins and cupcakes are objects, neither one can be less than 0.
Alright, so after you've made all your equations with your intercepts, what you have to do is graph the inequalities. For lines that aren't as easy to eyeball, you find the intercepts of the lines, making the other variable 0.
For example, if we want to find the m-intercept on this line, c is 0, so we eliminate it from the equation and say 5m is 210, 210 divided by 5 is 42. Then we shade in the innermost region where the lines intersect, right here.
Find the points on the edge of the polygon.
1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we have to figure out what those points are.
Some points are easier to find than others. For instance, A, F, and E.
We could eyeball A, F, and E. A is clearly 0, 30, as it's pressed against the c-axis. F is 0, 0, as it's the point of origin. And E is 35, 0, as it's pressed against the m-axis. However, B, C, and D are going to be harder to find. In order to find them, we're going to have to find the solutions of the 2 intersecting lines, because that point is the solution. I found points B, C, and D by solving the 2 intersecting lines, the equations of the lines that make up that point, using substitution and elimination, whichever one was easiest. For B, we had M as 15 and C as 30. For C, we have M as 30 and C as 20. And for D, we have M as 35 and C as 35 over 3. And lastly, we need to figure out the maximum profit we can make using a profit or objective equation here. We use this by plugging the points we have that we took from around the polygon. We know the solution cannot be point F because that's literally nothing. We know it can't be point E because E shares the same amount of muffins made with D, except muffins makes more cupcakes, meaning it has to have a higher profit, so it can't be E. It can't be A because similarly with E and D, A and B have the same amount of cupcakes, though B has more muffins. It has to be either B, C, or D. Point B, we'll try first. So that's going to be 2.5 times 15 plus 3.5 times 30, and that equals $142.50. Next, we're going to try point C. That's going to be 2.5 times 30 plus 3.5 times 20, and that equals $145. And then we're going to try point D, which is 2.5 times 35 plus 3.5 times 35 over 3. This can't actually make 35 over 3 muffins, but we'll keep it like that for doing the math. Try and deal with problems later if it's higher than 145, but it's not. It's actually 128.33. And so this is our max profit, meaning that the maximum money we can make would be by making 30 muffins and 20 cupcakes.